Hey Horizons, happy Ash Wednesday. We were so bummed not to have service together tonight. I was in the atrium a couple minutes after service was canceled, and Dana said to Brian, oh, that song was going to be so good. So I'm especially bummed that we missed worshiping together tonight. But today is Ash Wednesday, and it's still a special day, and you can't really move it. It's Ash Wednesday is 46 days before Easter. 40 days of Lent and 6 Sundays that don't count into that, and then it's Easter, which this year is April 9th. And Easter is always the first Sunday after the first full moon after the start of spring. So if we wanted to move Ash Wednesday, we'd have to move Easter first, and then we'd have to talk to the moon people, and it's a whole ordeal. So today is Ash Wednesday, ice or not, right? But it's a special day, and Ash Wednesday is really an invitation in all of Lent. Ash Wednesday is the kickoff to the Lent season, and the whole thing is an invitation for us to focus on the things in our life that matter. I think we all know how easy it is in life to get off track, right? We know the things that are the most important in life, but it's so easy to have so many other things come up that we're like, we have to deal with this and we have to deal with this, and those things that we know are most important end up going to the back burner, and the things that are more urgent end up taking the front burner, right? And so the 40 days leading up to Easter are a chance to look into that. Jesus, before he began any of his public ministry, went into the wilderness, Matthew records, and fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. So he didn't just binge eat at night. For 40 days and 40 nights he didn't eat. And Matthew says after fasting for 40 days and 40 nights he was hungry, which I imagine for me would have set in probably around day 1, hour 3 or so. But then at that point, Jesus was tempted 3 times. And each of the temptations, it's not really as much about what he was tempted with as it is how he handled it. Jesus never gave in to the temptations. Even in that vulnerable spot, he stayed the perfect, unblemished lamb. He really did live a perfect life. And over again, 40 days seems to be so significant, right? It's how long Moses was up on Mount Sinai. It's the amount of time between the resurrection of Jesus and his ascension to heaven. It really plays into how long it takes a habit to be formed for us. Some research says a habit can be formed in anywhere between 18 and 256 days. And so 40 days is definitely a significant period for several habits to start to stick. But if we would have been together tonight, the symbol you would have received on your forehead was a cross in ashes. And both parts of that are significant. The ashes and the cross. The ashes represent that we are human and we have a limited lifespan. Genesis says, from dust you came and to dust you shall return. Our lifespan is limited. This past Thanksgiving, one of the friends of a family member told us at Thanksgiving that his parents actually bought a new cemetery was opening up, so they bought a plot of land for themselves, and then for him and his sister and their families. And he said he had the practice of driving through Arby's, getting a sandwich, and going up to the plot of land where someday he would be buried. And I remember he said, some people would find that morbid, but I find it inspiring, he said. We're invited to remember today. The ashes remind us that we're invited to remember that we don't live forever. And while we are alive, we're invited to live for the things that matter. But the cross is also extremely significant, right? Jesus died for us. Last week, Pastor Mandy shared these words at the start of a funeral. She shared, dying, Christ destroyed our death. Rising, Christ restored our life. And so even in the midst of remembering that we are human and that we have a limited time here on earth, dying Christ destroyed our death. So the United Methodist Church posted a little while back a few ideas of how you're invited to live into these next 40 days. You could give something up. You could plug into a new spiritual practice. You can start a new service habit. And no matter what you do, you should share it together with a life group or friends or family. Specifically at Horizons, we have a devotional set for the season of Lent that I hope that the whole church participates in together, and we'll post a link to that and have hard copies at the church this Sunday. But over the next 40 days, you have an invitation. And the invitation is to put on the front burner of your life the things that are really the most important. To push aside the things that have kind of taken that front spot and focus on what really matters. The devotional is not so much just what you would expect from church. It's an invitation to you to live for the things that matter and focus on those for the next 40 days. Happy Ash Wednesday. Wish we could have been together and excited to be together this season of Lent.